King mackerel, also known as kingfish, is a prized target for many recreational fishermen. These fish provide an exciting challenge to catch, but when it comes to eating them, it's best to admire them as a sport catch and send them back into the water. The reason is their elevated mercury levels. The FDA recommends avoiding king mackerel because of its high mercury content, and it is only one of several fish species that can pose this concern. Mercury can accumulate in the body over time, potentially leading to serious neurological effects, including tingling or numbness, unexplained pain sensations, shaking, memory difficulties, and seizures. This danger has been recognized for centuries, and mercury exposure is even connected to one of the most famous fictional figures in literature.
You need to be as mad as a hatter, which luckily I am.
Beyond the concerns surrounding mercury levels, king mackerel has also been associated with cases of serious food poisoning due to the possibility of consuming toxins from the algae found in its diet. With both mercury exposure and the risk of toxin-related illness working against it, this fish is one catch that's better left in the water. Not every type of tuna carries the same risks. Varieties such as skipjack, which is commonly used in canned light tuna, are generally considered a more sustainable choice and can fit into a healthy diet. The American Heart Association even recognizes certain tuna options as beneficial choices. However, other species raise concerns because of either environmental damage or elevated mercury levels. When it comes to tuna that should be limited or avoided, bigeye and bluefin are two of the biggest concerns. Bigeye tuna can contain high amounts of mercury, making it a poor choice for frequent consumption. Bluefin tuna, meanwhile, has faced serious pressure from overfishing, putting its populations at risk and making it a troubling option for environmentally conscious consumers. The positive news is that with stronger conservation efforts and responsible fishing practices, recovery remains possible for these populations. Swordfish has remained a popular seafood choice for years, thanks largely to its firm, steak-like texture and satisfying bite. However, that popularity came at a cost, and by the 1990s, swordfish populations had dropped to worrying levels. Fortunately, conservation measures and fishing regulations have helped these numbers begin to recover. Even so, you may still want to think twice before putting swordfish on your plate. That's because one environmental issue has been replaced by another concern: mercury. Research dating back to 1970 found that swordfish could contain elevated mercury levels that raised health concerns for consumers. The FDA includes swordfish among the fish varieties people should avoid, especially when safer seafood alternatives are readily available. Few creatures are as firmly planted in the American consciousness as sharks. Much of that fascination can be traced back to the impact of the Jaws films, which fueled widespread fear of the ocean and turned sharks into symbols of danger. Given their image as powerful predators, it's easy to understand why they have long been viewed as a prized catch among some hunters. Unfortunately, sharks have also been targeted at an unsustainable rate, particularly by those looking to profit from the shark fin trade. This demand has caused devastating declines in shark populations around the world, and the damage goes beyond conservation concerns. After investigating the shark fin industry, Gordon Ramsay shared his thoughts on what he discovered.
It's without doubt the worst act of animal cruelty I've ever seen.
Mercury contamination is another major concern when it comes to shark meat, adding yet another reason to avoid it. Choosing not to consume shark helps protect these important ocean predators while also reducing potential health risks for people. Another prized catch among anglers in places like Florida, Hawaii, and other coastal regions is the marlin. It's easy to understand the appeal. These fish can grow to nearly 2,000 pounds and reach remarkable speeds of around 60 miles per hour. Their long, pointed bills make them formidable hunters, allowing them to strike through groups of fish like tuna and mackerel with incredible precision. They're the kind of ocean giant that earns legendary status among fishermen. However, conservation experts increasingly recommend leaving marlin in the water. Like many other large predatory fish, they face challenges from overfishing, shrinking populations, and concerns about higher mercury levels. These magnificent creatures are far better admired in their natural habitat than served on a plate. Tilefish are known for their vibrant colors, unique patterns, mild sweetness, and firm texture. They can be cooked in many different ways, and their impressive size makes them an appealing target for anglers along the Atlantic coast and in the Gulf of Mexico. Although they grow slowly, some can reach lengths of up to 4 feet. However, being a popular catch doesn't automatically make them a good choice for the dinner table. While careful management efforts from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration have helped keep tilefish populations in better shape, They remain vulnerable to pressure from fishing. More importantly, their mercury levels can be high enough to make them unsafe for consumption. These fascinating deepwater fish are better left exploring the ocean than ending up on a plate.